Alright, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is DB333, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order, Last Days of Europe. Now, in the last video, Goring fell, which is nice. We're working on seeing to it that, that Bormann falls, and then we'll deal with... We've taken over Heydrich's holdings here in the Rhineland and southwestern Germany, and we'll make sure that he falls as well. We're starting to realize now that this defensive line might not be so necessary. So put some guys there, and maybe see if we can't get a little more of an offensive going. In fact, we are right and ready to do so. So let's go ahead and get working on it, you know? Think of what we might be missing. Let's get some jet fighters, I guess. 'Cause I don't know what else we could do. Move on to taking Augsburg. Maybe encircle these guys a wee bit. And then next up, München. Maybe take a stop at Neuschwanstein, you know? Beautiful place, Neuschwanstein. I was lucky enough to go. Okay, West Russia. That means what? Zhukov? Yeah, Zhukov. Comey's going Lib Dem. Which is interesting. I can't imagine Heydrich has much longer. So I'm thinking we might go a little bit easier on Bormann, just so this is just an idea. He can get Heydrich out for us, and then we'll just finish up here. Our allies abroad. Let's get some arms from our brothers. Our contacts through Germany have proved most valuable so far, but we still need more help if we are going to triumph. We need more than anything guns. For the time being, we have the men, but we don't have enough rifles to go around, and some of our weapons in use are woefully out of date. We need to lean on our contacts, whatever firearms our loyalists can scrounge up and smuggle to our occupied territories needs to get here at once. We can't hope to compete with our rivals if we don't even have basic firearms to face them. I tend to agree with that. Ooh, we're getting some guns from Brittany. Beautiful. The shipment has been provided free of charge. Thank you, Britannia. Oh, Britannia. You're the real Britannia as far as I care about, man. You're the real homie. Whoa. Whoa there, buckaroo. There we go. You hold up there too, buddy. When I say stop, I mean fucking stop it. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get working on pocketing these guys in the Sudetenland, so we'll split Bormann in two. Radio silence has come from the U.S. government. It doesn't seem like they've ever they've even heeded our calls to begin with. American bastards, treacherous as they are, we can do without them. While we are still lacking militarily, but future Führer shall lead us to victory with a gang of 4 at his side and the students behind him. Heil Speer! Heil Germany! So I don't know if influence actually fucking does anything. Defensive line. Get pushing. Okay, so I imagine Danzig is going to fall soon. Wait. Connect the fronts. There we go. Today, von Bormann's legendary resolve faltered. For Munich, the Nazis' capital of a movement, has finally fallen to advancing forces. Hold on. It was here that Hitler's genius culminated in the annexation of the Sudetenland. Here where our men gathered for the liberation of our Austrian brothers, and here where Hitler himself took the streets to end the vile Weimar Republic. The birthplace of Nazi Party was not lost without a fight, though. Bormann loyalists fought in every street. Civilians were press-ganged into labor brigades. Homes transformed into makeshift bunkers, and streets blocked off with an assortment of rubble, ruined vehicles, and whatever else could be tossed into the streets. Massive bombardment softened the city before the main attack commenced, and combined with an equally determined infantry assault, the defenders were forced to withdraw from the city. Bormann's position is precarious, with enemies deep into southern Germany. Many speculate that his faction is close to collapse. Whether he and his loyalists can rally and recover or not remains to be seen. Is Bormann on his last legs? Hopefully. We can hope. The Central Siberian Republic has defeated the People's Revolutionary Council. And so it's Tomsk, Kemerovo, Orotia, and Novosibirsk left. Other than that, Central Siberia is almost reunified. Only real... Well, Cheetah's making some moves. Samar's making moves. West Russia's making some moves too, I suppose. What's Vyatka up to? They're finally getting work done, so they might repuppet Berzniki. I don't know what the fuck the Aryans are doing. Skin Faxi. Okay, so we're going to be going after Bashkira. Start working on that pocket. It's a pocket of pussies. You shoulda choose Speer, Bormannites. Do you want to fall, Danzig? Look, honestly, I'll stop this push. No, I'll stop this push too. I'll even stop this push. For one reason and one reason only. We gotta give him more time to kill Heydrich for us. In the meanwhile, more basic artillery. Denmark, still led by Werner Best. Free Norway. They're emphasizing national unity, so we'll see what happens there. The English are being beaten by the English, it seems. Take that up, get the rest of the men to continue the front. Come on. Take him out. Got a snap message. Black market available. We can place new orders. Like the because old orders worked out so well, you know? God, I don't know who's gonna win in Ostland. It might be the partisans. Which, if that's the case, dear God. Like, I'm not a fan of Nazis or anything, but, I'm not a fan of genocide either. On either end. To Nazis or by Nazis. I guess not Nazis. Germans. I don't care if you kill a bunch of Nazis, but Germans, that's where it gets... That's where we gotta talk. Oh, wait, what? It's either gonna... I think it's gonna be really between the SS... I take it back. It's gonna be between the Central Europeans and the SS. Dissidents no more. In the years past, any man or woman who spoke out against the Nazi regime was considered dissident and effectively blacklisted. These dissidents weren't outright in prison, they were marginalized to the fringes of German society. Often not able to get jobs, many of these people became impoverished social pariahs. That was then. Right now we need more soldiers to take up weapons for our leader. What better people to have fighting alongside us than those who were marginalized because of the old Nazi order? With a few minor promises of letting these people regain their old social standings, we can attract a new wave of recruits for our militias. That's what I like to hear. Fuck, Heydrich is getting gains. Alright, Brittany too broke away from our alliance to send the old, and like so many others, they too have come crawling back, realizing that we only hope to survive in the world. However, they made it clear that they do not intend to return into a master-servant relationship. They only want to reestablish contact with us as a free and independent nation. Not surprising. Okay. Whatever. Okay, so collabs versus via other collabs, but monarchist. Interesting. We'll see how this works for Vyatka. You know, honestly, I'll just kill Heydrich myself. At this point, it'll just be quicker to do that. Okay, hold on. We'll have some of you guys there. Let's line to there. You guys do that. Front line. Offensive. There goes Tricky Dick. Let's get early industrial robotics, I guess. Then from here, guidance radar. Honestly, it might just be enough to take Regensburg, however you want to say it. So we'll just try doing that. So we got the, we'll see what happens there. I'm rooting for Nova Polska. You know, you gotta love a good underdog story, you know? I think we'll just drive the tanks into right into the Vienna. I don't know what else to do. Linz we'll take care of. Circle these guys. We might be able to take it with Alsig, honestly. Yep, there we go. So there's one faction left. That's Heydrich. Well, I'd hate for this. Okay. So Munich, Nuremberg, Leipzig, Stuttgart, Munich, Nuremberg, Leipzig, Stuttgart. Okay. I'll send these guys to the front line too. Basically the same orders. It's a little different. Yeah, very high legitimacy. We are ready to go right now. Königsberg recaptured, yada yada. Our stab is dog shit, but I could have told you that as soon as we got a civil war that it would be dog shit. So we just need to go ahead, take Danzig, probably Königsberg, maybe Weisberg, Whiteberg. No, actually with Bromberg I'd imagine we'd be fine. Like at most all that, and we're good. See, we don't know what they're doing. I know they want to force the worst scenario. In South Africa. I know they want to do that. Dissidents no more. I guess, fix it up. Our Kriegshilfe organization has proven to be a very effective tool in increasing our factory output. However, it isn't enough. We need more materials. There are still some ways we can increase our gross output, even if some of the methods aren't super effective or efficient. We can press old machinery from the Second World War back into service for a start. While old and not exactly state-of-the-art, the machinery can still press metal, so it's still useful. Running low on fuel, burn whatever we have on hand. Coal is the most efficient fuel, but wood, paper, and other materials will burn just as hot in our coal electric facilities, which is good enough to generate power. Methods like this will give us a much-needed boost to our production. There we are. Honestly, just keep pushing. That's all I want. 120k casualties from old, that we've done that to Bormann, or not Bormann, Heydrich. We've probably done equivalent to Bormann. Maybe a bit more. Which one is he? Okay, so is he Sochdem or was he? Yeah, Sochdem. I kind of figured as much. Okay. The Red Eminence. Alright, Weisberg. Just die already, come on. There goes Johnny K. I guess it's kind of a Central European Council. Which is interesting. Okay, Königsberg. Guess now they're falling back, but... Come on, fuck off, Nazi scum. The stronghold of ESS in the east, Königsberg, has fallen to advancing forces. The sights those men saw as they entered the cities, and none of those men will forget. The fighting was brutal, like most of the fighting spread throughout the country. SS fanatics fought to a man. As their foes pushed deeper into the city, hundreds of crying, starving, and beaten Germans limped through the lines as they sought safety. It wasn't a problem until random civilians started to explode. As we learned later, the SS went around the city, abducting entire families and forcing one of the members to wear salvation vests. The people who volunteered were strapped with bombs before mingling in with the other civilians, fleeing SS brutality, starvation, and massacres. As they were pushed deeper into the city, the SS began to use literal human shields. Hundreds of men, women, and children were forced to march towards enemy lines as SS troops followed close behind with Panzers and armored APCs. Only a few tragic caught between the crossfire survived. When the attacks finally reached the center of the city, lines of civilians were handcuffed together in front of the machine gun posts and trenches. The men who took part in that final assault refused to talk about it. Needless to say, the civilians of Königsberg, or those that are still alive, are thrilled to be liberated from ESS, not really caring who their liberators are. For them, anyone, literally anyone, is better than Heydrich. It's like those bastards run their cities like they run their death camps. Well... the nightmare is still not fucking over. Jesus. Allenstein, come on. Okay, we're overwhelming them now at this point. Okay, move into surround them in Memel. Any second now, come on. with Iceberg. I'll let this nightmare be over. Actually, if it's still gonna happen, we might as well. Okay, let's see, 224,000 dead. We call him the father. What is left? What is left? Show it to me. What is fucking left? Okay, I'll do this, it doesn't matter because we're about to finish. They really want to fight to the last man, huh? So be it. The delicate balance of power in the German Civil War continues to shift as Speer's Germany conquers Heydrich's Germany. War is hell. Okay, you guys surround Germania. I doubt anything will happen, right? Oh. There was some tension in war-torn Germany while Speer's supporters and the populace of Germania both awaited news of whether or not Speidel would allow his entrance into the city. A collective sigh of relief answered, however, when it was announced that Speidel and Rummel's men will not protest Speer's entrance into the city and gave the soldiers guarding it their first stand-down order since the war had begun. Soon Speer will ride into the Reichstag personally to announce his victory, and celebrations have already broken out across Romania as cheering crowds have mingled with the finally off-duty soldiers, lifting on them on shoulders through every pub and beer hall in the city. While the war hasn't spared Germania completely, supplies are scarce. It seems that people have enough to spare to truly celebrate this occasion. Hurrah! So available note, after spending you're unable to select or assign a unit, simply save your game and issue base game bug, details by tag switching, an old fox with no more tricks. 3 cheers, hurrah! Careful now. Ah, wunderbar. It looks like, yeah, I think that's the issue that we're talking about. Well, I'm about done soon anyway, so. Alright, how's the South African War going? Not bad. We'll do the reformist focus. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff to look at. So this is the German war industry GUI. Der Zollverein. We'll have to wait a little bit before we can get to that. So let's go over the focuses we have now, because we have a bunch of new focuses. First off, we have the Lost Generation. The German youth... Shit. Stay still. The German youth has gone 2 decades with no future prospects beyond miraculously being accepted into a coveted course in the academia, reluctantly joining the Wehrmacht, or agreeing to be shipped off to a miserable colony in the East. With neither hope for themselves nor use for the Reich as a whole, they become a particularly volatile part of society. And they have a very Wehrmacht. Despite the pretenders Bormann and Göring being soundly defeated in the Bürgerkrieg, the Wehrmacht still largely distrusts our ability to lead Germany properly. In addition to this, troublesome elements such as General Field Marshal Ferdinand Schorner continue to spread anti-Speerite sentiment throughout our officer corps. Not dealt with soon, our regime could be challenged by a rebellious Wehrmacht. Finally, we have the Gang of Four. The Führer is the face of the state. Yet in the halls of Germania, his clique works towards a grand new future of the Reich. Kissinger, Schmidt, Earhart, and von Tresckow. Allies of Speer since its early days of campaigning in the 50s, their combined talents will prove useful for the long-due reforms of Germany. Though, they might start making demands. So, yeah, pact-related decisions. So, we have a lot of stuff we got to start working on. We have a lot of debt, not much GDP. Our civilian infrastructure rate is terrible. Yeah, that's the issue they were talking about, it looks like. So, the regime currently leans conservative. Regime stability is paramount for longevity of the Führer's government. It is affected by controversial decisions, including conservative reformers' actions when the social outlook is at their respective opposite, as well as nation stability when it ticks towards. Should regime stability fall below 30%, the government may collapse. So social outlook is regressing, it seems. It's a measure of the German people's view on the world. Depending on factors including economic reform, regime leaning in more, will change over time. Should the regime's government be opposite to it, the regime stability will begin to drop. Okay. What do we have? So we are the fascist reform faction of the National Socialist. Albert Speer. Is this? Yeah, it's the same thing, it looks like. Yeah. Alright, well. We'll let this be. I'm not worried about the war. The Reich is the greatest nation the world has ever seen, yet it became feeble and weary. Its people, united in the Volksgemeinschaft, are ever faithful Aryans, proud children of a Germanic race, yet we have spent months tearing ourselves over ideological differences. Adolf Hitler was an infallible Führer, the wisest and strongest ruler in history, a true messiah of a German nation, but our weakness was born from his mistakes. In our hearts we know ourselves to be the undisputed masters of the world, but the powers of Germany and the United States further eclipse our glory with every passing day. National Socialism made us great, but National Socialism was the catalyst for our decline. The system is broken, twisted, inefficient, and it's all we got. Never has it been more apparent that the Reich must change. Hitler's ideals, good and bad, brought them to this point. How can we ever abandon them? It would be madness, yes, but for all their genius, where is our everlasting victory? Why, if the Führer was infallible, are we so benign and feeble? Change must come, but it would go against everything that makes the Reich what it is. We cannot betray the Reich, but the state of it ensures that the German people suffer under economic strain and violent division. Still, I can solve this. I alone. No obstacles can be permitted to stand in my way. Not even the truth. So yeah. Now we just work on rebuilding at this point. So we got pact related questions. We can meet with the Dutch, approach the Danes, or approach the Bohemians. So basically we have to work on picking up our faction again. So the Unity Pact is literally just us. So let's start with, I think I remember, what should we call it? The Bohemian one is easy enough to deal with. For over 2 decades, the economic and political situation in the German Reich has seen Bohemia and Moravia stand firmly to the side as a loyal protectorate. The chaotic upheaval of Burger Krieg has blasted the winds of change throughout much of Europe. Now time has come to rethink its current status. We'll approach them real quick. And with that, it's time to call it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we have Bulgaria in our faction. Nice. It's been a long and a very bloody battle, but we've got it figured out, guys. We're in a position where we're ready for whatever comes at us. So, thanks for watching as always, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like. If not, feel free to dislike. If you want to see more of this content in the future, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for more uploads every weekday, as well as every Saturday. If you have any comments, feedback, concerns... Oh, now we have our army, okay. Let's put that in like that. Fuck, what was I talking about? If you want to see more of this content in the future, hit the subscribe button for more uploads every weekday, as always every Saturday. If you have any comments, feedback, concerns, any sort, leave in the comment section below. Read all the comments I get. I appreciate any all feedback you might have for me. If you want to send a few bucks my way, I have a Patreon you can check out down below. If you want to chat, play games, I have a Discord. And if you just want to hang out, do whatever, I have a Twitch. Watch me do stuff live. I have a Twitch, so you can check that out. So yeah, thanks for always watching, guys. My name has been DB333. And I guess I'll see you next time. Goodbye.